everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Music Podcast. Thanks so much for all my return visitors and the subscribers. If you are not a subscriber, please consider hitting that button. I have Mr. Lee Jennings with me today. Lee is the vocalist for Atlanta-based rock band The Funeral Portrait. The group formed in 2014. This past September, they released only their second full-length album. We'll talk about that. That most recent release on the Better Noise music label is called Greetings From Suffocate City. It has already yielded a #1 song on the Billboard Mainstream Rock chart, and another single is making its way toward the top as we speak. Things are going great, Lee. This is so exciting for you, man.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I'm super hyped.
Yeah, this is it's really great to see you guys doing so well. This album's incredible. It really, really is. And I say that from a point where I get a lot of things on my desk, and I try to give everything a fair shake and a fair listen. And when I saw the press release, I thought, okay, this sounds interesting, and I'll go listen. And immediately I said, okay, it's one of those bands. It's got a sound, uh,
Yes.
and it's not my favorite sound, to be honest. And I find that a lot of it is flat. It just there's the song isn't there. Well, as I get down into this album, Greetings from Suffocate City, it just gets better and better and better. And it's the songs. The production is there, the playing is there, and I find that to be uh, prevalent in most of the genre. The players are great, the voices are good, the production is good, but the songs a lot of times are not there for me. This moves me. It makes me happy. It makes me angry. It makes me sad. I clenched my seat. I got a fist going.
Yeah.
It's all that. Tell me, how does the writing process work for you guys?
So, this last record, the reason why it took us so long was because basically, so we started writing this record. If you want to include Holy Water in 2018, then we released Holy Water for the first time in 2019. That's also what got the attention of Better Noise, and they wanted to sign us, and so we signed. And then 2020, we all know our world famous, activity that everybody totally enjoyed. Everyone loved all this, dealing with COVID. We were
Crazy.
basically put on pause, for a year and a half. During that time, we said, screw it, we're gonna keep writing and recording. So we wrote and
Yeah.
record for like a year and a half, and we threw away a lot of songs, and we kept some, we threw away some. And then in 2024, no, 2023, the end of 2023, December 2023, we went back in the studio and we recorded a few new songs for the record. So that was You're So Ugly When You Cry, Chernobyl, and Happier Than You. Those, and then of course, Hers for Two as well. So all of those kind of came back in at the very last second. And then that's our record. So, and with it, a lot of it was done via Zoom, literally how you and I are talking right now. It was crazy because we couldn't all be together at all times. So we were like, let's just start writing. So we wrote via Zoom, and it was a wild time.
Yeah, I bet it was. And there's that gap, but there's also, like you said, you were writing. You had little singles in there that aren't on a record, like Paper Mache Man and Flowers in the Attic and The Crash and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So you were out there.
We
Uh,
were, and we didn't want to rush anything. Again, I want to take everything very seriously with this band, especially when releasing music. The last few years, we've been releasing a lot of stuff, little singles and extras and covers and all this kind of stuff. And a lot of that was just kind of to keep the hype going and to build and see what stuck. But as a records are so important to us. EPs are very important to us. So I don't want to ever rush it.
Right. Yeah, and we appreciate that. Like I say, it's about the song, and you guys are really, really strong in the songwriting. Is it
Thank
is it
you.
all of you? Do you all sit? Do you sit in a room? Do you do it via Zoom? Does
Um,
one guy bring in the idea?
sometimes it honestly all depends, right? So like some of it, yeah, like it's all of us. Some of it, it's just one guy bringing in an idea. Some of it are oh, sorry. Some of it's are producers, ideas, or I'll have an idea of what I want to write about or what we want to sing about, or whatever. It literally all depends. Not one, I don't think one song on the record is done the same way.
Man, see, and that might be the X factor here, that's the secret. All of you guys are involved. All of you feel like
Yes.
part of the band. And that's
Yes, well, because we are a band. You know what I mean? Nowadays it's very hard because a lot of bands aren't bands. They're just like one guy or two guys, right? For us,
yeah,
it's literally a band. Like
yeah,
we are a band.
that's so great. It's so great. I've seen you listed as alternative, emo, pop punk, hard rock. There's the whole gamut of different genres that you could fit into. Um,
Yep.
is there one you prefer?
I don't know. I think it's emotional rock, right? So it's not even like emo. I think it's just because it is very emotional, right?
Yeah,
All the songs have deep meaning to them, and they're all about very personal stuff, and my feelings or stuff that has happened to me or some of the guys, But I think we're just a rock band. I don't know. We have a lot of fun, especially at our shows. Everything's very like tongue in cheek, and we just have a good time. We get up there, we shake our butts, and have a good time.
that's great, man. And it's so good to hear because it can be grueling on the road, that's for sure.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I've heard that you've had doubts in the past about this being your true calling. Um, is there a particular moment that really lit that career path for you?
Um, you know, it's weird. I think for us, over the last few years, it's been growing like step by step, right? I'm very big on taking steps instead of rushing things or anything like that. I think for us, it's way more about the slow process and believing in it. And I think we did just that, right? So I think over the past few years, it's little by little, right? And it's showing up to these shows, having people dressed up as me or getting my name tattooed on them or lyrics or whatever it may be. It means so much to these kids and to these people that show up. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
I'm doing it for them. I'm doing it for myself because I love it and it means so much to me, but I'm doing it for them. They need it. They need bands like us because nowadays this stuff doesn't exist. You can go back and you can watch My Chemical Romance videos of the Used or whoever else from that 2004, 2005, emo world that kind of saved lives, but it's not the same. It's not the same,
yeah,
from some of these bands. And so I want to bring that back, and that's what we're doing.
yeah. It's awesome. Is there a song on the record that means a bit more than the rest to you? Is there one
I
that
would
you're
say,
emotionally attached to?
yeah, I would say Hearse for Two. I think Hearse for Two. So we wrote it about my grandmother passing away,
Oh,
um, which was like a big moment
man.
for me. But I think it just hit home because I had never dealt with death before, especially of someone that literally raised me. It was like a big, big, big deal. So but it's been nice. It's been nice to sing it live because this first tour that we've been playing it live, it seems to be really connecting with people.
Yeah, that's great. And yeah, I love hearing the stories behind the songs like that because now it's going to hit different for me, too.
Mhm.
It brings a piece of you and
Well,
your
yeah,
family. And
exactly, and that's what we try and do. I think we all try and write stuff that means something, right? And I want it to connect because again, that's what this is about.
yeah, yeah, that's great. I feel that connection for sure. And like I said, I don't always. So
Yes.
you are
Well, a lot of
really,
people they like to write the same thing over and over again about being unbreakable or I've got the fire or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
that means nothing to me. Like
yeah.
like that means nothing to me. And no shade to them. Like I'm hyped that they get to do that, but that's not me. That's not this band. It's not what we stand for. We stand for true like feelings and passion.
Yeah, yeah, and I can feel it, and that means everything to me as a fan, as a listener, for sure. You got great guests on this record. I just talked to Amanda from even Under Fire last night. We're
Okay, okay.
been friends for a while. She's been on the show a couple of times. She loves you guys, and we went over Voodoo Doll and how that happened. She was so happy to be involved
Yep.
with the song, but have her her voice, so prevalent too, in that version. So, Spencer Charnas, Burt McCracken, Lilith Czar, Danny Warsnip has a great, from Asking Alexandria,
Yeah.
great vocal part on there. How was the experience of having others step inside of your songs? Did it ever feel like it went maybe in a direction that you hadn't planned, and it felt awkward maybe at some time?
No, because I think what it is, they're playing a character. I think that's what we're really treating it as, you know? They're not, I don't know, that's what we're doing, right? Is we're playing characters and we're getting to experience, these they're taking my words and speaking it, and putting their own flavor on it, It's been really nice.
Yeah, yeah, that's great, man. On in your show, it's I have to address this because it's such a, I don't know why, but it's a big deal. The Kiss,
Oh,
Caleb and
yes.
Robert, it's one. How did it start? Did and was it an intention? You guys have fun.
It was just for funsies. There was literally like five people at a show. Like and we did it. It was literally in Denver, Colorado, in 2021, maybe 2022. I can't remember what year it was. But like literally they did it for fun. We took a photo of it. We posted it on the internet. The internet loved it. The internet literally loved it. And then it was like, okay, this is just funny. Let's keep doing it. So they kept doing it. And then we really did lose a tour because
I
the
know.
headlining band didn't want that. They didn't think their fans would like it. Okay, weird. And then guess what? We went super viral because of it, and now it's like a moment. It doesn't happen every show. It's a very like will it happen, will it not, will it happen,
Yeah,
that's part of it, right? It's part
yeah,
of the funsies, and when it does, people like it and they have a good time. It's just funny,
yeah,
it's like Manson and I mean, you literally every superstar back in the day used to do stuff like that, right? And it was like part of the show, and it was supposed to be wild and crazy. And I don't know, I think if that's upsetting you, then you're not in the right world.
yeah, yeah. It's rock and roll. It's punk
Yep.
rock. It's I mean, it's
Exactly.
crazy, and it's the life, man.
Yep.
Yeah, more power to you for sure. You've been on the road with Manson, Five Finger, and Ice Nine Kills. All so many great bands. You got a fun or crazy. You got to have a story, a Manson story or something.
I don't
Uh,
read. So he was so nice and so tame and just so he just kept to himself. It was kind of wild though, seeing him walk off his bus for the first time. And like I'm like, oh my God. Like it was such like a wild moment of just being like, oh my God. Like it was crazy.
yeah, yeah, but um, I have to talk about the videos a little bit. I know you got a few minutes. You guys do a lot of videos. They're
Yes.
killer. I mean, they're just the color and the richness of it. Really, really, the lights, great. Alien and Voodoo Doll really stick out to me with the characters, those memorable images. Uh,
Yes.
how important is theatrics and imagery to the band? Could you go out there in jeans and a t-shirt? Would it be the same experience for you?
No. I mean, we are a show. We're putting on a show. There's a lot to the lore. There's a lot to everything. We are, this is huge. We want to do a huge production. We want to bring those icons to life. We did get to play a show where we got to bring our icons out on stage in Atlanta last year, and we're going to keep building that and keep bringing that to life.
Yeah, that's great to hear because I love it, man. Watching them is just so cool. You got Oklahoma coming up. You got about nine more dates on the schedule. You got the Struts, Flyleaf, Shinedown, all those
Yep.
people. It's going to be really cool to be part of that. What does the rest of 2025 look like for you? Are you going to add dates? Come
Oh,
back around?
yes.
Nice.
So many. We're literally going to be on tour forever. And then we're finally going over to Europe this year. We're going to try and do Australia as well. We're trying to just tour as much as we can this year and do some writing as well, but probably no recording until maybe super late this year because I want to start working on the next record, but I really, really want to take my time. The next record's so important. It's more important than this record, because again, we don't treat our first record like a funeral portrait record. That was like pre what we are now, right? So we don't play any songs from that stuff. Literally, I think the oldest song we play is Holy Water, and that was
Wow.
2018, 2019, 2019. So like that's it. We play
Wow.
everything off this new record. It's because this is the funeral portrait. This is what we want. This is what we've been wanting, you know?
Yeah, and that is great because I love the record, and it's going to live for quite a while. So take
Yes.
your time. I want more
Yeah,
music
we
like
don't want it
everybody
to
else.
exactly. I don't want people to skip it.
Yeah, yeah, no. I've just started with it. I mean, it's I got a long way to go.
I
I
love that.
hate to say that because I want you to make new music, but yeah, this is a great record, and
We'll make new music, we just won't release it for another 7 years. How about that?
I don't know about that. Take your time, but not that much time.
Yeah, exactly.
Lee, thanks so much for
Hey,
your
thank
time,
you
man.
so much,
I
man. And
appreciate
hopefully
it.
I'll see you soon.
Yeah, that'd be great, man. Next time
Yes.
around you come, yeah, I'll be there for sure.
Let me know, and I got you. So
Okay, I
you let
appreciate
me
it,
know.
man. I appreciate
All
you.
right.
Thanks,
I'll
Lee.
talk to you soon, my man.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.